Hello, today I'm going to do a little presentation on learning disabilities. The first part is about Child Find and Student Study Team. There are many different strategies for communicating with a parent of a child who has special needs. A few strategies are to be factual and honest, take their emotions into consideration, ask about their expectations for the child, and ask them to participate and be part of the student study team. The parent preparation sheet will help parents feel like they are part of the team, and it will also help the teacher get to know the parents and student better. There are many different reactions that could come from parents who find out about their child having a learning disability. A few could be shock or denial, anger, guilt, blaming. Some could be depressed, and some parents are accepting. The process of the SST is to gather the student's data, plan the strategies to assist the student with the resources in the regular classroom, monitor the progress, build a relationship between the parents and the school, and make referrals for formal evaluation when needed. A sample summary sheet keeps track of the student's information and the dates that the meetings have been held on. It also keeps track of the student's strengths, concerns, strategies, and actions. It also lists modifications for the student and questions regarding the family's history. The role of accommodations is to make the student feel more comfortable in the classroom. Some examples of accommodations may include changing the student's seat, writing out their directions, or having a buddy read the directions to them, shortening their assignments, and monitoring their progress. There are many types of digital programs that can help the student with accommodations. There are computer games that help children with math or phonics. You could give the student a laptop to type up the notes, record lectures, or even complete the assignments. There are also different types of sensory accommodations. You could give the student a different type of seat, for example, a bouncy exercise ball, a sensory feedback mat, manipulatives to play with, headphones. These are all different types of sensory accommodations that could be used for a student. The next part of the presentation is going to be on the least restrictive environment. PL 94-142 was expanded and reauthorized as part of IDEA in 1990. Under this law, services are available to those who are disabled. Parents have many rights. They have the right to be involved at every stage in the evaluation process. They can require confidential treatment of their children's records and review and inspect those records. They can also have copies of all the records or documentation that is on file in the school regarding their child. In Ronker v. Walter, the court required a school to serve a child with a disability in a non-segregated setting when necessary supports could be provided to make that setting appropriate. With recent changes to IDEA Law 34 CFR 300.116E says that students with disabilities cannot be removed from general education because they need modifications to the general curriculum. The Universal Dedication Vision Statement includes a principle that honors the rights of students to learn together. A highly qualified special education teacher must have several qualifications related to providing specialized instruction. They must also have content matter qualifications that meet the highly qualified standards in the No Child Left Behind law. A teacher who teaches a segregated special education classroom must be qualified to teach the age-appropriate general education curriculum under two exceptions. The first exception is the teacher teaches multiple subjects, and the second exception is that a class consists of students who take the alternate assessment. The 20 U.S.C. 1401-29 and the 34 CFR 300.9 requires schools to offer all students access to the general curriculum according to standards set by the state. In Michigan, the special education classes must offer students with disabilities access to curriculum that addresses the grade level content expectations. Section 504 mandates special education in the least restrictive environment and states that if students are placed away from a regular school, the facilities, equipment, and programs available in that placement must be comparable to those available in the regular school. Part of the presentation is on assessment and planning. The multidisciplinary team is made up of many different individuals, and this is a process where a child's progress and abilities are designed and examined by the professionals. The child's performance in the school is also evaluated, and the team of professionals comes up with kind of an assessment based on tests and observations. Larry P. versus Riles case was a controversy over whether IQ tests are racially and culturally discriminatory. The court ruled that the intellectual functioning of a black child must be gauged by his adaptive behaviors, personal history and development, classroom performance, and academic achievement, not by IQ tests. There are many different tests that can be given out to test the student's IQ and assess them. Some of them are the Wechsler Intelligence Scales for Children, Stanford Binet Intelligence Scale, Kaufman Assessment Battery for Children, Slauson Intelligence Test, and the Test of Nonverbal Intelligence. The Wechsler test contains several subtests to measure verbal and performance skills. The tests are individually administered, and they include information, similarities, arithmetic, vocabulary comprehension. It also includes picture completion, picture arrangement, block design, object assembly, symbol search, and mazes. Some common academic assessments that are given are the Brigance, which is appropriate to use for children in kindergarten through 9th grade. This tests readiness. It tests reading, language, and math, and it pinpoints skills that the child has not yet learned. Another assessment is the Wide Range Achievement Test. This is a norm reference test for individuals from ages 5 to 75. It tests decoding, spelling, and arithmetic. Another test is the Wechsler Individual Assessment Test, and this is also a norm reference test for individuals from ages 5 to 19. This measures decoding and reading comprehension, spelling, mathematical reasoning and calculation, listening comprehension, and oral and written expression. The purpose of observation is to observe the student in a classroom setting to see what types of behaviors take place and to see how the student responds to what is going on around them in the classroom. Some data that could be collected throughout observation is how the student organizes their work, whether they looked at other students while they were working, if they were able to understand and follow directions, or if they were in need of one-on-one assistance. And it also has data of their handedness, fine motor skills, and verbal fluency. There are many different patterns of strengths and weaknesses. Some strengths might include meeting and exceeding grade line, skills at or above grade level, and the students demonstrating typical functional skills compared to other students. Some weaknesses might include falling below aim line for at least 4 consecutive data points on most recent tests, scores equal to or less than 60%, and most students' functional skills are well below average compared to other students. The discrepancy model is a model that calculates a student's test scores to determine if the student needs any special education services.